It was about finding lost kings, rulers, and disruptors who once threatened the system, the ones who have returned in new bodies, new lifetimes, new identities. History is not linear, it loops. And the rulers of today, they know that their old enemies are being reborn.
Do we bring in the same DNA throughout lifetimes?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our channel. We are the Three of Pentacles, 1, 2, and 3. And we are 3 tarot card readers, and we like to focus on world events and also things that are affecting our personal lives. We also do personal readings as well, so just in case if you need us, you can find our information down in the description box. We also do healing, energy healing. Lynn and Kaila do energy healing. So let me go ahead and introduce them here. We have Lynn and Kaila, our energy healers.
Hi everyone. And we have our lovely Barbara.
And my name is Barbara.
Also a sound healer with her magical voice.
Exactly.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I'll do my best. So yes, what we do is we talk about things that for entertainment purposes only. And we want to thank you all for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And today we're going to focus on a girl called Emma Spiracy. She did a post on X. Was it on X?
It's on X, yep.
Yeah, it's on X. And she has a theory behind the ancestors' DNA. So we're going to take a listen to that.
DNA, it was never about helping you find your family. They told you it was about reconnecting with your past. They told you it was about discovering your roots, your lineage, your history. They told you it was about finding long-lost relatives. They lied. Ancestry DNA was never about helping you find your family. It was about tracking bloodlines. It was about finding lost kings, rulers, and disruptors who once threatened the system, the ones who have returned in new bodies, new lifetimes, new identities. History is not linear, it loops. And the rulers of today, they know that their old enemies are being reborn, and they won't do anything to stop them from waking up. It can trace every bloodline, every descendant, every possible return of an old ruler, an exiled king, or a lost revolutionary. And if someone is born with the wrong DNA, a genetic signature that once belonged to a threat to their system, they know immediately. It can stop them before they wake up. Do you really think the elite care if you're 5% Viking or 10% Italian? No. Thousands of years, power has been passed down through family lines. Not because of wealth, not because of privilege, but because of something deeper. Because certain souls always return to the same genetic pools. The rulers of the past knew this. That's why they practiced inbreeding to ensure their own souls would return to their own dynasty. Kept extensive genealogy records so they would always know who belonged to which bloodline. Created secret societies that only accept specific families, and they believe power reincarnates within their lineage. They have always been obsessed with tracking souls through DNA. And now with modern technology, they don't have to guess anymore. The real reason they launched mass DNA collection programs was to find and neutralize threats before they wake up. Look what happened the moment DNA testing became popular. Intelligence agencies gained access to private DNA databases without consent. Genetic data was bought, sold, and cross-referenced against historical bloodlines. Ancient royal lineages, fallen empires, and revolutionary leaders were mapped to their modern descendants. They are searching for someone, or rather many someones. The ones who opposed the system before. The ones who once sat on thrones they were never meant to return to. The ones who have the power to remember and fight again. And if they find you in their system, they act before you do. They discredit certain people before they rise to power. They silence those who start remembering too much. They neutralize threats before they can shake the system again. Because if you wake up, if you remember who you were, if you realize why you are really here, the cycle ends, the throne is taken back, and their illusion of control collapses forever. Final question, who were you before? This is not a game. The war for control did not start in this lifetime. It has been happening for centuries, for ages, for cycles upon cycles of reincarnation. And now we are in the final phase. The system is collapsing, more people are waking up. And the ones in power are desperate to track, suppress, and erase those who were never meant to return. So ask yourself, why were you born in this time? Why does history feel familiar? Why do you feel drawn to certain places, symbols, or eras as if you lived them before? You might not just be a person searching for your past. You might be the past searching for itself. And the ones who rule now, they know who you are. The only question is, do you?
I like that.
Yeah.
They know who you are. Do
Yep.
you? That gave me goosebumps, that last part. So that was on fast forward, right?
Yeah, it was on high speed. Yep.
On high speed. Yeah. So my goodness, she covered a lot there.
She did. She certainly did. So we are going to pull cards on, is this why Ancestry DNA was started? To actually track bloodlines. Now I know Ancestry.com has been around for a long time because my family had their, family tree. We've got it tracked down pretty far back. And I think the DNA just opened up a whole new can of worms of people finding who was related to who. So I can't even remember, when did the DNA come out? Within the last 10 years? Or has it been a little longer?
I think it's been longer than that. I think it's been a lot longer than that. And I think about what she said about, do they care if you're like
10%
Swedish, 10%
Italian or
Swedish or
5%
Italian,
Viking.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess they don't really care, but I guess your family cares, so they can go with
But you,
their
you
culture
want
or
to know
something
what's
like that. But
interesting is I did submit mine. I held off
okay,
for a while and then I was like, all right, I'm just going to do it because I'd been to hospitals enough time and I figured they already got my DNA.
they got everything on you.
So, exactly. So I was like, what the heck?
They
And
have all your body fluids.
and I don't know why, but I get these updates every while. We've updated you, and now I'm a little less of this, but a little bit more of this, or they
Oh,
brought something
really?
else in. And it's like, really, why is my DNA changing? I don't understand that.
Wow, I didn't know that, Lynn. They're updating your
Yeah,
file.
Yeah,
yeah, yep.
Now that doesn't make any sense at
It
all.
doesn't make any sense
it
at
doesn't.
all.
And then after you've asked them to look into it, like why are they going back into it, you know?
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
kind of strange.
yeah. Isn't that invasion of privacy?
Well, you
Or
get
you
rid of
sign
that
up more
by,
rights.
yeah, you sign over to that. So,
Yeah, that's true. But did you, not unless you asked them to keep dipping into it and refreshing your DNA?
it's just a part of their
That's
process, I get.
that's really interesting right there.
Yeah.
That's another pull right there.
Yeah.
We'll pull out. We'll do a 3 card pull on that one.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, Carla, what you got here? What did you
Uh,
ask?
yeah, I asked the same question. So is there truth and integrity to what she was saying about are they actually looking into bloodlines?
Yeah. Hmm. So did did
I'm getting
do
a
you?
yes in the past with that Ace of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
So they are
with the two of wands looking out from afar, it does look like they are looking for. It could
yeah,
easily
with the
that two of
Magician
wands could
card
be a
just
yes.
below.
Yep, yep, for
There's a
sure.
bit of trickery, and so they're looking on from a safe space.
Yep,
There's a little bit of trickery with the Magician card just below.
yep. It's interesting that the King of Pentacles there is in the. I guess it was just a way to make money too, huh?
Well, you have that Ace of Wands in the past, so that already kind of gives a yes, just like Kyla said.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they're actually looking and laser focused on finding people with certain traits, because the information or what she's saying, it comes up as a Queen of Cups. So they're really focused, and that they're almost involved emotionally, which she kind of let on that they were. The Two of Wands, yes, they're looking. That's looking on out at something. However, the Nine of Wands in the middle is they've been doing it for a long time. I guess they're kind of tired. Either that or it's coming. They're at the 11th hour. They're almost they're tired of probably looking for it, looking for people. They've been doing it for a long time, I guess.
Well, like she said, before the DNA was being extracted, they were tracking all the family lines anyway, which is probably why Ancestry started to begin with, because to get people start tracing their lines, it probably helped them find too.
Are they
What do you
looking
think?
for? Are they looking for people that can be represented by the King of Pentacles?
Well, if they were looking for old kings, that stood up against them and their lines.
And also master manifestors too, magician. So the guy with the Four of Pentacles, he's trying to grab onto these. So he's trying to get those people that
Are hidden from them.
the master manifestors basically, and not only that, whether you're male or female, but also those powerful females. You see the Empress right there. So they're probably looking for powerful females, because look, we got the Empress, which is abundance. She's very rich in in her existence. Because look at the characters in this pool. You have the Empress, you have the Magician, the King of Pentacles. So they're basically looking for these type of people.
What are you seeing, Kyla? Oops, sorry,
Yeah,
Barbara.
I agree. That King of Pentacles is definitely interesting in the outcome, and that sort of, for some reason, when I looked at that card, it brought me back to the times of Atlantis and so on. So those, type of bloodlines, those who were abundant and powerful in their own power, not putting that power on anybody else. And with the Four of Pentacles just below the Queen of Cups, it's like they're taking a long-term view of when in whatever work they're doing. These cards are definitely interesting. When I looked at them, to start with, the first thing I got was a yes in the past. So I am hoping that things have changed or they're being stopped from doing whatever it is they were doing. I think it is definitely trying to paint a picture to us.
Yeah.
We have the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So whatever they're doing it slowly and carefully.
Do you want to pull two clarifiers and ask if did the Cabal get their hands on this? Like maybe it sounds like the Ancestry started it. Well, it was Truth and Integrity that they started it for the Bloodlines, wasn't it? Was it the Cabal?
Yeah. I got the Hermit card, the Page of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles.
So maybe the Galactics were looking as well.
Probably, because these are not bad cards.
No.
And that would probably, make sense as to why the rest of the cards don't look that bad. So in the past, we have the yes. It didn't come in the present, and it didn't come in the future or the outcome.
Right. So the Galactics might have taken it over.
Interesting. Interesting. So, but it looks like a yes that they were looking for these types of people.
At some point in time, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That brings us to our other question. Something that a lot of people have been talking about in the last few years are these PCR tests that were happening. And there was, some talk about breach of information and so on, breach of privacy, because it seems like they were selling or, passing on that DNA information to certain groups and certain companies and so on, unbeknownst to the public. So our next question would be, were these PCR tests a way of also gathering this DNA information to find out certain bloodlines?
You want me to pull?
And that would be
you
nice
got it.
if you'd like to.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Because a lot of people think that we're at this point in time where a lot of people are waking up and we're sort of shifting in the astrology and going into that, age of Aquarius that's coming up. So this is the point of change and going into better. So is this the last push of the bad ones, I would say, to capture those? Where are these souls who are supposed to come and change the frequency and try and stop them? It's just a theory. Let's see what the cards have to say. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only.
Oof, look at them showing that Q-tip way in the back of the head. There is just no way there was ever any reason to stick those all the way in the back
Exactly.
like that.
Looks like he's sticking it all in his ear through his
Yeah.
nose.
I
Yep.
know, right?
I know, you can clean the ear from the front side with that.
I mean, when I first saw that on TV, it terrorized me. It really did.
Yeah.
It
I was
is
like-
torture. And imagine that they let little kids have to go through this to travel.
Oh, I
to
used
go
to
the
hate seeing those
hospital.
videos. Oh my
It's
God, those
so
poor
horrible.
babies.
It's literal torture.
It's horrible. But even grown people, because I saw some grown people cry, grown men
God.
No,
cry because of
horrible.
that stuff is like, it's like, how could they do that?
I think it's a travesty, everything that we've gone through in the last few years.
Well, you got a soft
Okay.
yes there, don't you?
So we do. So as far as the PCR test, if they were out there to to gather DNA. Because back in the day, I was thinking, yeah, this is what they're trying to do, and plus they're giving us something at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, my mind was everywhere. I was like, I don't trust nobody. I was like, no,
Right.
I'm not, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
But everybody, a lot of people had to. So I did say soft yes, the Page of Swords. I get that. Okay, look at the card in the past, the Five of Cups. That's a disappointment. He has his back turned towards us. And the Eight of Cups is walking away, and the Five of Pentacles is abandonment. So I believe with the soft yes, it was something that they actually wanted to do. They desired to do it, like the clarifiers say, the Knight of Cups and the Hierophant. That's what they wanted to do, but there was a switch, there was a flip, there was a change with the Wheel of Fortune. And it was changed over slowly and carefully, but they changed it over. So this is probably one of the things that they wanted to use. How would you all read the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck?
That is a card showing hard physical work. It took a lot of work to do this, to shift it over. It seems like this was the intention. So it looks like they're working on things, and it took a lot of hard work to intervene and flip this. That's what I would say.
Yeah. I think going back with the Page of Swords being a soft yes to, it being DNA, I think with it only being a soft yes means they were probably actually maybe even, putting things on those tests to make people sick or whatnot as well. So it may not have been the only thing that they wanted to do, which may
You want
be
me to pull
why.
two clarifiers?
Sure. Yeah.
Let's pull two clarifiers to see if they were deliberately putting something on those
Yeah.
swabs to
Yeah.
make people sick or cause some
Yeah.
type of effect.
Yeah, because I mean, I know the one time I did it, and it wasn't one of the ones that went all the way up. My nose
Yeah.
itched and bothered me for like 2 days afterwards. It was horrible.
Yeah, I sneezed a lot, and the very first time I got one, I got sicker. So
Yep.
I get like a soft yes as the
Yep.
first card, and then I got the Justice card.
Okay.
So I would say yes.
That's a yes. Yeah.
I would say that is a yes.
Yeah, I would too.
Although the Page came up first, but that's a soft yes, and a Major Arcana would let us know that it would be,
Yep.
it reinforces it. So Justice.
Wow.
So, and I did bring some of those home, and I looked at them. That's when I was working with my microscope and everything. I brought one home, and I saw these little black hairs on it.
Oh, I'd seen
And
some videos with things people were pulling off of the things. Yeah.
yeah, and they say we have a lot of stuff in our body that we don't really recognize. Like when you do certain detoxes, you let stuff out, and you look
Yeah.
and you say, like, what is that? It's
Yeah.
better out than in, but still, it's like, how did that get there?
Yeah.
So it looks
That was
like they
interesting.
looks like they had that agenda as well, but it's been walked away and flipped, and so that
Hopefully
means maybe
never
some of
coming
them.
ever again.
Amen.
Yep. Yep. So. Well, that was
So,
a fun.
we want to do something really, really quick.
Yeah.
Really quick, maybe a one card pull. Maybe you can pull out your pendulum.
Okay.
I just wanted to know because you mentioned that you did the 23andMe. Did you do
I
that?
did Ancestry.
Ancestry. So the redipping on your results to let you know they were updating your
Yeah.
file or something like that. Were
Yeah,
doing
they
that?
give me updates. They keep updating the DNA results. They keep changing the percentages, which I don't know why.
So how do we want to ask the pendulum?
Yeah, I thought you had the question.
No.
Are they
I thought I had it.
are they legitimately refining our DNA when they give us those results? No.
You said refining the.
Yeah.
So are they?
Interesting why they keep going back to it to update it.
Are they
Is
keep
it
do they?
because, is it because they're getting more information from other people coming in, so they're checking it against yours to see
Are
if you're
they
matching
checking, are they
related to
comparing
them?
our DNAs? Yes.
Are they doing it for a nefarious reason?
Were they doing it for nefarious reasons? Yes.
Okay. Are they doing it for a reason that's connected to that video that we just saw with Emma Spiracy?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
they're looking for the bloodlines. Yes.
Let
Okay.
me ask you one more. Does our DNA naturally change on its own?
No.
Okay. So they must have been looking for some type of.
One more question. So do we hold that, let's say, DNA throughout lifetimes?
Do we bring in the same DNA throughout lifetimes? Oh, yes.
So they
gotta
can
yes.
trace past life, you know,
Yep.
you know.
Okay.
Can they trace past lives? Yeah. Yep. I thought I'd give a hand because
Yeah, I
you're holding your arm up
appreciate it.
there.
That's nice to see that
Your arm
pretty,
up there getting tired.
pretty tiger's eye pendulum
And it's
swinging
always
there.
good
Yeah, and
to
thank you
get
for that,
another
Lynn.
point of view to see, you know, and
Yeah.
this is actually how we started practicing, and that's how our show came about, because we do pull cards on our own, but
Yeah.
when we're starting off, we like to come with questions and pull for each other and see what we got, because sometimes when you pull for yourself, it's not always the best
Yeah.
thing to do. So that's how we got
It's nice to
started.
get the ego out and have someone else do it for you.
Yes, for yourself, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I wonder if this Emma Spiracy, if she's working for the White Hats, or she's just a
Why don't
curious
you ask
person
your
like we are,
pendulum? Ask
or
your
is she just
pendulum.
curious? She's curious. Is the Emma that we saw in the video working for the White Hats? No, I get a no. She's
No.
just
So she's just
curious.
awakened. She's just one of the ones working on her own.
She's like us, just curious and asking questions and doing
Yeah.
videos and
Which is what everybody should be doing.
incenting everybody else to kind of
Yep.
ask their own questions. You know, you don't have to ask the same question. You have to ask our questions though.
Right. And you don't always get the answer right away. Sometimes you figure something out, you put a piece, and then you find another piece to the puzzle
Yep.
later on, and that helps. So,
Just like you said in one video, at the end of one video, you said just, take a little piece. If there's something that gets your curiosity, just kind of take it and sit with it.
Yeah.
That's what you said in one of the
right.
videos. And
Yeah,
I
put
like
it in the
that.
back of your head, and then at some point in time, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you find
Exactly.
missing pieces.
And sometimes the cards can give you a little different answers because you just tweak the question a little differently. And then sometimes with the way things are changing and energies are changing, I believe situations and things that we asked about 5 weeks ago could be totally different today too.
And
Yeah,
it's giving
because
you more
things
information.
change.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Things change in the ether. Every day, everybody can change their
Especially
mind.
now, things are moving so quickly.
And you never know when they're going to throw the Mandela effect at us.
That's true.
Speaking of the Mandela effect, we have a Mandela effect video coming up, so be on the lookout for that, people.
Yeah.
That one is quite interesting, so you won't
Yeah.
want to miss it.
Yeah, you
Yep,
don't want to
that
miss
one was
that.
fun.
And with that said, thank you for coming and sitting with us and listening to our video. Hopefully you got to the end of the video because the best comes at the end, right?
That's right.
Thank you for the Three of Pentacles, and Kyla's going to tell you where we can be found.
Right, we are on Facebook. We have a community over there, and we share a bit more of ourselves. So please come and join us. We're also on Rumble. We will be doing some shows that are solely for Rumble. So please make sure to join us there as well. Thank you so much for watching.
And don't forget, we will not contact you first, so look out for scammers.
Exactly.
Well said. Thank you for watching.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.